Pisces, you are up for the February general energy reading. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. All right, so we are approaching February because I'm recording this clearly in January. This is the general reading. I plan on doing love readings as well for February for all of the signs, and of course money readings as well. Whatever reading you watch or listen to, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person here reading energy and tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. I'm using my African Goddess deck and I'm using a regular tarot deck. So let's go ahead and get into it, Pisces. May I have the energy for Pisces for February? May I have the energy for Pisces for February? May I have the energy for Pisces for February? What is it that Pisces needs to hear? What is it that Pisces, something told me to take this card, set it to the side. What is it that Pisces needs to hear? What is it that Pisces needs to hear? Okay. I was only looking for one card, but it gave me two. I take it that's for a reason. The card that fell facing up is Atit. I always get her name wrong. I have to look that up and see how to pronounce it sometime. Atit or TT, which is worthiness. Worthiness. And I won't read all of it because obviously we're on a schedule, but I'll read some of it. And Great Goddess Atit or TT, Queen of the Gods, is a fierce protector of women and girls for the Oromo people of Ethiopia. And it says, stop hiding, shrinking, and playing small. Stand tall like the majestic sycamore tree. You are mighty. Life does not need to be perfect for you to embrace your own perfection. So in other words, remember who you are. And this is going to saying that you have to remember that you are worthy. That is what this is saying. Remember that you are worthy. Now, the other card that came out is Long Bubba Susie. And this card is about shame. And I already know where it's going, but I still want to read this. Because I feel, and I'm just going to tell you now, Pisces, I feel like you're holding on to something that you don't need to hold on to. Something that you cannot change. It's one of those it is what it is type of situations. And let me just read this right quick. So, Long Bubba Susie, the guidance is, you are beautiful and loved. Every part of you in your journey is beautiful. Even the ugliest moments. You have a heart, soul, and breath. That makes you beautiful. I honestly feel this is a self-esteem issue, but also this self-esteem issue, and again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm just telling you what energy I'm picking up. This self-esteem issue is linked to something, is either one event or multiple events of the same, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess you could say substance, subject, something like they're all in the same vicinity. I'm throwing out a crazy example, but this is just an example. Let's say that you cook and you would like to cook. People have tasted your cooking, and every single time somebody has a complaint about your cooking, but you would like to cook. But you've heard all of these complaints about your cooking, and now you're kind of like, well, I don't know if I want to cook because I'm trying so hard, and every time I make a dish, somebody always says something about it. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just using that as an example. I feel like it's something where it's either one event or multiple events. I'm feeling like multiple events. I don't know why 5 is in my head right now. Maybe it's something with the number 5. Maybe it happened 5 times. Maybe it happened 5 weeks ago. I don't know. Something about the number 5. But I feel like it's multiple times that this has happened. And because of that, something has affected your self-esteem. I was watching something on Sherry Shepherd with when she was talking about what's the heifer's name? That Jen Shaw. That's it. Thank you. Jen Shaw. How she had went to jail and she's going to jail. And then Sherry Shepherd was talking about that and just jail in general. But the thing is that she still ended up being this huge. Sherry Shepherd is a huge success. Whether you love her or you hate her, she's a huge success. She's doing amazing, and I'm happy for her. But the point is, there were so many incidents, her going to jail being one of them, which was hilarious to me. Because she went to jail because she didn't pay her parking tickets, because at that time, the religion that she was in was saying the world was going to end. And she was like, well, if the world's going to end, why am I paying my bills? So she just stopped paying bills and ended up with $10,000 in parking tickets. And then she got stopped and they took her to jail. But the point is that even after that bad incident, even after 2 divorces, because don't forget, she's paying alimony to her ex-husband. So even after 2 divorces that did not work out, she's still doing well. It's okay. And then her show got renewed for 2 years. And she was explaining how when she was going through the process, some people would say, oh, you know, you're not young enough, this, or you're not doing this, or you're not doing that. And she was saying it only takes 1 yes. That's all it takes. In addition to that, one thing that she said that really just stayed with me, because I heard someone else say it before. She said, God has not forgotten about you. And I feel for some of you, Pisces, you feel like you've been forgotten about, whether it is in this physical realm or whether it's in the spiritual realm. I feel like you've been forgotten about. That's your energy. Like, oh my God, they don't remember. Nobody's seeing me. Nobody's hearing me. Nobody is checking on me. I'm telling you, get those negative voices out of your head. If you're in solitude, it's for a reason. If you're not being recognized, is in a reason. I told you that story about me in the job that I was perfect for. As in, if you look at my resume, you'd be like, oh no, he's perfect for that job. Because I went in, answered the questions. Even in the first interview, one of the ladies was impressed that I knew how to say fjord instead of, something else. Because it was the FJORD or whatever. And she was impressed by that because she said other people don't always know how to pronounce it. And everything was great on that first interview. Second interview, for whatever reason, the guy didn't like me. Okay, and I picked up that vibe, but I was like, you know what? I should still get the job because in the first interview, they really liked me, whatever. All good. I didn't get the job. And I was just like, do they know who I am? I'm like, like Anna Delvey. Do you know who I am? So that was my energy. But not too long after they said no, there was a job a block away that said yes. And that job ended up being the best job I've ever had to this day. The best job I've ever had in real estate to this day. And I'm telling you these stories to let you know these no's that you're hearing, this silence that you're hearing, there's a yes that is coming. It's all about belief. You have to believe it. If you stay stuck in a negative energy, that's just where you're going to be at. And it will, and I'm not saying you'll be there forever because nothing is forever. Nothing stays in perpetuity. It's against the laws of the universe. However, it will take much longer to get out of that energy if you are staying stuck in it. You haven't been forgotten about. You being in solitude or you not being recognized, things like that, people not seeing your value is for a reason. One of the reasons I can tell you, because I'm hearing it, one of the reasons is so you will learn how to see your value. Meaning that if no one will see your worth, you will see your worth. And when you see your worth, it doesn't matter who sees your worth, who else sees your worth. It's irrelevant because you know your value. You know you're valuable. Also, when I was talking about God hasn't forgotten about you, one thing is that I've noticed, when someone is hidden, like when God keeps people hidden, where people just don't recognize the value or don't see them or whatever, when they finally are seen, they are catapulted so far ahead, it's like, whoa. Because that's usually what it is. What's her name? Waterstar Vibes on that channel. She used this example where she was talking about a slingshot. And you know how you're getting these no's and you're not being recognized and you're being looked over and people aren't checking on you and all this stuff and all this stuff. And it's like it's knocking you back, knocking you back, knocking you back. And then before you know it, when God comes in and he's like, okay, it's showtime. It's time to go. All those times you got knocked back, when God says it's showtime, it's like, shoof. And then you just go over everybody else. And then you're at the front of the line. Just saying. So, and I feel like that's going to end up being the message. Let me turn over this other card right quick. I'll pull one or two tarot. This came out for Pisces. Celestial alignment. Not Pisces, for Aquarius. Celestial alignment. Some of you might be a cusp, like a February Pisces. But with celestial alignment, that's what I was saying to Aquarius, where they're getting back in balance, and that will allow them to be in balance with the divine. Getting aligned with that. That's what all of this is for. So all of this goes together. Let me take a few tarot cards and see what we get, and we'll wrap this up. Can we clarify the cards on the table for Pisces? Can we clarify the cards on the table for Pisces? Can we clarify the cards on the table for Pisces? What is it that Pisces needs to hear? What is it that Pisces needs to hear? What is it that Pisces needs to hear? Okay, thank you. Intuition. Thank you. And you know what's amazing? Queen of Cups came in with celestial alignment. The Devil came in with worthiness. Get the negative thoughts out of your head. Because that's all that is the devil. Because those negative thoughts are sabotaging you. That's what they're doing. Those negative thoughts are sabotaging you. May I have another card, please? Thank you. And then Knight of Swords. So air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Devil is Capricorn energy. Queen of Cups is specifically Cancer energy, but water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So for that, I will tell you, it's time to take action. And I feel like some of you are realizing that. It's time to take action. And if you're throwing yourself a pity party, no. Like in the song, I'm a Survivor by Reba McEntire. She said, I don't believe in self-pity. It only brings you down. Maybe the queen of broken hearts, but I don't hide behind the crown. When the deck is stacked against me, I just play a different game. Just saying. All right. Bottom of the deck, let me check that right quick. Yeah, Ten of Wands, put the burden down. Put the burden down. All right, let me rephrase. Put the burdens down. Put the burdens down is what this is. But I'm still titling this, God has not forgotten about you, or God has not forgot about you. So, yeah, that's the energy. Listen to your intuition. There's a lot that you can pick up from that, because that is your connection with the divine. All right, so that is your message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Till next time, Pisces, be blessed.